This computer terminal provides full access to the LCARS computer net.
Welcome to the LCARS ADV Subspace channel. Welcome aboard. Well, today we are leaving the Eureka Sand Dunes on Death Valley Road, headed through the Inyo Mountains to Big Pine, California. And this is a very, very beautiful drive. In fact, it's one of the most beautiful rides I've ever taken. And it really reminds me why I love motorcycles so much. It's just you, your motorcycle, open to the elements, and God's creation in front of you. And you're just left to your thoughts, where you can really just be at peace. See those mountains way in the background? That's where we're headed. And let me tell you, they're really far away. It takes a long time to get there. So I'm probably in the back of the pack. Gary's probably already at the mountains because he is, I don't know what he is in his gas tank, but it makes him go very, very fast. I've kept these segments of the ride to the mountains in for perspective because it's so wide open and it's just a vast nothingness, and it's somehow just beautiful. I really enjoy just the ride through this, and it's amazing just to look around and see how much wide open space there really is. Almost at the beginning of the canyon, or the Inyo Mountains, and it's quite beautiful to just enter into this canyon, so to speak, and see the landscape just change just like that, where before you were in just open desert with nothing, and now you're entering a canyon, and the view just changed completely. I will mention, out of all the riding from the Eureka Dunes, we only ran into one person that was on this road entering into this canyon from the other direction, and that was it. We didn't see anybody else. So it really goes to show that if you are doing a Death Valley adventure, be prepared. And I would definitely recommend a Garmin InReach if you are venturing out into this area, because it is desolate of life and people. surprise, we climbed so high in elevation we started to see snow. So I was actually quite surprised at seeing that in Death Valley. And for the first time, just up there on the top right there, you get to see the Sierra Nevadas for the first time. And up ahead of me is my good buddy, Mr. Chad. We got to know each other on an Everride rally from the year before, I believe, and we struck up a good friendship from there. So it was good to see him again and ride with him. He is an amazing rider and just an all-around cool dude, and a Mr. Fix-It, I might add. And ahead of me now, I believe, is Mr. Scott. Scott is a good friend of Gary, and Scott and I got to know each other pretty well on this trip, and he is just an amazing guy as well. And that's what's great about this motorcycle community, is you just meet the awesomest people and network with new people, meet and make new friends. You know, it's you meet just the best people in this community, and Scott is one of them. If you didn't hear that, I am shutting off the engine. I'm starting to run a little low on fuel, so I might as well coast downhill since we're declining in elevation pretty rapidly. Look at that. Look at that. Folks, it don't get any better than that. Look at that. And that is just a breathtaking view of the Sierra Nevada mountains. And it's really hard to believe that just on the other side of those mountains is the Sequoia National Forest, all those gigantic trees and stuff. So it's really kind of ironic that you got one side just devoid of any life and then the other side is just awesome forest. Well, let's see how far we can get coasting. Starting to run out of juice here. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Don't get any better than that. Pick up the speed. Yeah, Chad's like, enough of your coasting crap, let's get moving. If you watched the first video of these Death Valley Adventure series, towards the end of it, we were riding down a cliff in the dark, and Mr. Mike, aka Toad Moto, was having some issues. His bike was overheating, and I could smell radiator fluid. That definitely came on to pop up again at the end of this ride here into Big Pine. Apparently, that FSE 450 was used for snow biking, and the person had messed with the water pump housing thermostat and either taken it out or something like that, but when they put it back on they didn't do a good job sealing it. So apparently Mr. Mike was devoid of any radiator fluid for pretty much over 100 miles easy. I cannot believe that engine made it that far. It is a testament to GPX and their engines, because when we got done with this ride, the engine wouldn't start anymore. He was having trouble starting it throughout the day, but it just wouldn't start anymore when we got to the lunch stop, the Copper Top Barbecue. So it was pretty amazing that that bike made it that far. And we're almost at the lunch stop. We were so hungry, but we stopped at this place called the Copper Top Barbecue, and it was amazing. So we ended up spending the night here because Mr. Gary had brought an extra bike, the FSE 300R, and he rode back to his truck and brought the truck all the way back here.
Very good one. Ran 2 hours back to the truck. Or out in the desert. Or 450 blew a head gasket.
Well, gonna get a hotel tonight. Poor Mr. Toad Moto broke down, blew a head gasket. There he is. And we're gonna get a hotel room tonight. Trust me, none of us minded that we were staying in a hotel tonight. It was a welcome end to the ride. I hope you enjoyed the video. Live long and ride.